Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel here. Today, we will be playing the Grand Campaign in Rome to Total War. We will be doing Greek states, and we will be playing as Syracuse. Of course, I don't want to do this on Legendary, that would be too much for me, but I will do this on Hard, considering this is my first ever playthrough on YouTube. So, what we're gonna do in this campaign here is fairly simple. What we're gonna do with Syracuse is we're going to build up our army just enough that we can be sure we have a decent force, and then we're going to bring our army over to the faction of Emperors in Greece, which I will show you shortly here. And then from there we're going to just take Greece, then we'll come back to Rome, or the Roman Peninsula, and just like it's shaped like a boot, we're going to kick them out with our own boots. And really our goal is to take Greece in this episode. Rome is a few episodes away, so I hope you got some drinks, some snacks, anything you need, and I hope you are ready for this game. Alright, now I'm going to be silent here so you can hear the audio. But remember, pay attention, enjoy, sit back and relax.
War is coming, and your citizens can ill afford to cower in your Mediterranean stronghold. The obvious target is to unite Sicily under your banner, but to do so will mean war with Carthage. They command a powerful empire, but should you be successful against them, then their territory on the African mainland is yours for the taking. The Romans to the north are strong, and their lands are rich. War with them will be a high-stakes game, but it is inevitable if you are to secure your empire. To the east lies Greece, your spiritual homeland. Trading partners may be sought there for now, but your long-term goal in the area should be conquest. Greek culture is destined to dominate the Mediterranean. Syracuse shall see it done.
Alright, so as you heard in the guide there, the game Rome 2 here ideally wants us to just take and hold Greece, kind of like just a temporary harbor, so to speak. He wants us to trade with the Greeks and build up our relations. The thing is, we're not gonna do that. Our goal here, especially because of Roman supremacy and all, is that we're just going to, as I said before, build up our military, go over, take Greece. Unlike the guy explained earlier, we're not just gonna sit back and relax, we're gonna take Greece. Now the reason why I built what I built is because harbors give you more money. As you can see, if you click on a harbor, you'll see 120 wealth from maritime, which is really just the ocean. That will give you money from ships passing by, which is guaranteed. Plus you get some more money from locals on your territory and just around the harbor. Now, an important thing to know about your position here is that there's this arch right here. Oh, sorry about that. So the arch that not arch, my apologies, that passageway between the island of Sicily and the main Italian peninsula is, if you can hold that and control that, Sicily is completely defended by land, and you will be able to attack any approaching armies with a fleet, which I'm guessing most of you wonderful people watching here are already used to Rome 2 and have most likely played the game before. But The goal
Are you ready to serve?
with defending your land would be if you're trying to get an achievement like the Total War achievement, which is where you declare war on every single faction around you. Now, for those here who are new to the game and don't know, factions are like Rome, or like who I'm playing as, which is called Syracuse. They are these collective people who have come up under one banner and you can play as them. Now, you can't play as every faction. Like, for example, you can't play as the Etruscan League over here. See these guys with the double-headed beast here? Yeah, you can't play as them. I'm not sure why, this is the way the developers made it. Over here is a settlement called Massalia. It has this golden lion. They're really just another Greek state. Over here's barbaric tribes, but you can't play as any of them. Really, the factions that you can play as, I might show in the next campaign. But for this campaign, we're just going to stick to all of these factions and what we got to work with. But mainly, the point of your faction is to take really the entire map and conquer everything you can. Your goal, no matter what, ends up being world conquest. Now, people have done games before where they just take land without any special armies. They just use low tier troops. That's a challenge, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but I'm pretty sure it's like the low tier challenge or something like that. So, although you see that red there, it means that we're losing public order. And public order is really just the stability of the settlement. What keeps it intact, what keeps the people from revolting. Now, you see, this is Empress, the people I was talking about, the faction of Empress. They're also a Greek state. Really, all of these factions here are Greek states. Now, for all you historians out there, yes, I know there was other factions around this time, deeper in Greece, but they really covered the largest ones, like the Athenians, the Spartans, Empress. I'm not so sure about historical accuracy, but then there's Macedon over there, or Macedon. I've heard people pronounce it in all kinds of ways. Now, what we're going to do is just let our money build up as our fleet sails over there. Now, I know that my narration can be annoying for some, but to be completely honest, if it's that annoying, just mute the mic on your end, just mute it, just watch the video. But what I'm trying to get at here is that I'm making the largest empire you've ever seen for Syracuse. Now, only 0.5, from what I know, percentage of players of this game have conquered the entire map at Syracuse. The goal, though, in this game is, as I said earlier, to conquer the map, but not the kind of map you think. See, the map is based off what the Roman Empire used to be. You know, extended from the British Isles all the way down to modern-day Saudi Arabia, or Jerusalem, if you shall, which is, I know it's not Saudi Arabia, but it's close. So now we're going to get our army over there. We're just going to go over here, check on our fleet. You see how that public order here is going down? When I hover over this just to look. Now, it's mainly because of cultural differences. Now, those can vary. However, typically, you would want something called a temple or a sacred grove. Now, I could keep upgrading the sacred grove, but it's costing me food, and soon enough, as you can see in this spot over here when I hover over it, see it says sacred grove. And if I click on the convert part, I can have all these other temples and stuff to gain Hellenic influence. Now, I like the Shrine of Poseidon because it gives me food, public order, and all kinds of wealth. Now I'm going to check up on the Navy. See, the difference between these two ships is the ship health. You see, this is 402, as you can see here, and this is 585. Although, yes, one is more expensive, this one also has more people. So we're just going to recruit one of those, just get him in there. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to end our turn again. Because for about the first 10 turns, we're really just going to end the turn and resume the turn. End the turn, resume the turn. You know, classic basic stuff. So some basic rules you want to know about Rome 2 is you always want to build up your industry and infrastructure and settlements. You want to gain cultural power, significance, and you want to make sure that no matter what, you're always protecting your lands. Now, let's just say that I have lands, right? But they're like really far away and I really don't want to have to do something. Well, the thing is, you see this army here? If we click on mercenaries, we can recruit all these other people. War dogs, though helpful, they can very easily die. We're not going to recruit anybody just yet, though, because that affects our yearly income or our income per turn. When you click end turn in this game, you will always have to pass a year. Every year that passes by is a turn. And as you saw just there, Emperor sent out an army to attack the city of Athenia, or the faction of Athens. What we're going to do is we're going to make Empress angry so they'll come and try to take Apollonia from us. The thing is, our army is so powerful, they won't stand a chance. Now, there's a plague in the city, but it hasn't affected our admiral just yet. The thing is, we can't remove our admiral, otherwise we will have huge issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to declare war and check, do they have any allies? No. We have any allies? Definitely not. Declare war. Now, you could fight on the battlefield, but to save time here, since we're already 12 minutes in, I'm just going to do the auto resolve. Now, if you hover over each one, it'll show you better odds, like decisive victory here, 77% remaining, 80% remaining, and 70% remaining. Now, these, each one of these don't really make a difference. However, you want to go to aggressive stance if possible when attacking, because you have the highest chance of killing all of their troops. Now you see their garrison armies survived, but that's okay, because both armies are dead. We take the city. The garrison army doesn't have to be defeated, but it is ideal. Now we're going to make this a fishing port so we can get some food, since we're in the negatives and we will lose troops the longer that is. Right now, we're just going to end the turn and let things sort themselves out. Okay, now this tells us how many troops we lost because of our food issues. Now there is a disease in this army. This will start to kill off our soldiers, which just sucks in general, but it's best not to move our people. However, I typically don't make the best decisions when it comes to this, so we're going to test Empress and see what they got. Now we're going to recruit some light hoplites because they cost less and they're still decently armored. Now we're going to end our turn, hope that they don't attack us, and then take that city next turn. Now what armies will do at times is they will just keep running around outside of reach of your army trying to take whatever they can and do whatever they can to win. The thing is, you don't want to let that happen. You want to make sure you always take out the enemy army, otherwise you'll be hunting them down what feels like forever until they die. Now you'll see I'm clicking on a few things here. Emperor is destroyed. Great. Now our army is dying, but because we just recruited these two, they're fresh. Now we're going to come up here. Because we don't have a spy, we're just going to get close. We're going to look. We can't really tell what's going on, so we're just going to declare war on Athens. As you can see, the odds are not in our favor. However, we could win this with a moderate chance. We're not going to test that, so we're just going to back up. And we're going to do something called forward march. Now, the issue is we're way too close, so that's not going to work. So what we're going to do is try to move our army as far as possible. Now, we don't want to lose our king, our Basilius. So we're going to go here. We're going to switch him out for someone completely different. Now, we're going to hire somebody from the Disciples of Zeus. Because although we're called the Huronoid dynasty, we do not want our guys to have to keep fighting. Now this is a man and only men can fight as generals. See, women, they can only fight in barbaric factions, like these guys right over here called the Ardii. Only in these kinds of factions can men and women be generals. However, we're not any of those kinds of factions. So we're going to recruit some mercenaries here. Keep them in our army. Although we're losing money, the issue is that because there's two enemy armies, we can't risk them taking us out. So we're doing it like this because we can't get far enough away. Now it's going to tell us treasury is empty. We don't care. That's fine. Rome has ended their trade agreement with us, which means we will no longer have trade between each other. Although that might have been on purpose, we're not sure, because there's these people here called Carthage. Carthage is constantly attacking Rome, and even in history there's something called the Punic Wars. They happened on what is our turf nowadays over in Syracuse for us, but in the modern 2025 it's really just Sicily. Now we're going to great bankrupt, doesn't matter, she's gonna warn me about it. That's gonna say what we lost, that's gonna warn me that my army was poisoned. Really, this just tells me that I'm taking every loss known to man. Now you see there's no more skull next to us. That means that we're no longer under disease. See, the odds are in our favor. 99, 99, 99s are high, so we're gonna take that. We're just gonna take out the garrison real quick. See, we barely lost anybody. We lost 10 people. It's fine. We're gonna check this. We don't have money to build anything here, so we might get slums. However, we don't have anything to combat that, so we're just gonna leave it that way. Now, like I said earlier, mercenaries would be used quickly in a fight, but we're gonna leave them here because our army's too weak to take any action. So we're not going to move them. We're just going to end the turn. Yeah, treasure's empty. That's fine. Now that army will either try to take that city or attack this one here. It's never guaranteed what they will do, but see, like they're asking for peace right now. We are going to accept this for right now because we just can't afford war. We're untrustworthy. That's fine. Now over here, there's people called Macedon. They are going to be our next targets if they are not joined by the Spartans, which are just next to the Athenians. The Spartans are the people I showed you earlier with the, yeah, that's your warning, with the A flag. They are very annoying because they have a lot stronger troops than us, but that's okay. Over here it's telling us we can research new technologies. We're going to research some land reclamation over here and try to get a higher level wine traders and inns for money later on. Now, since we're in a better military situation, we'll take out our 2 mercenaries. Check. Okay, we can't recruit anybody right now besides a group of slingers or javelin. However, we don't need them. So now we're still broke, and that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go to diplomacy. We're going to click on Macedon. We're going to see that they're at war with Athens, Sparta, Odrysian Kingdom, which is a faction over here, and Tillus, which is also a faction over here. So they're really at war with boom, bam, bang, bop. They're at war with a lot of people. Now we're going to send our army nearby, but not to take it just yet. We're going to look. They have 20 units. We're not going to fight them. Also, because they're fortifications, it keeps them safe. We're going to leave our army there. However, we will get slums next turn. Now we're going to check on them. Okay, they're good. Give them another turn to recover. Now, to remove slums, it costs 500 dinars. So, although it will be a little expensive, that's okay. Because we need to remove them as soon as possible. Because of the difficulty I'm playing on, which is hard mode, we have people will hate us a lot more easily, and we will gain a lot less money because of the difficulty. Now we have slums. We're going to click on this. We already know though. Oracle. I don't pay attention to those. See, we have slums. Now they give -6 food and minus a bunch of public order. Thing is, they unlock mobs. Mobs, however, are not helpful, so we're not going to use them. Even though they're only 5 dinars for upkeep, we're not going to use them. They don't help. Pikemen. These are amazing. We're going to recruit 1 pikeman right now because we just don't have money. However, we could, but we need the money for slums, so we're not going to recruit him. We're going to use the money to remove the slums, which will take a turn. Now we're just going to keep ending our turns and continuing for a few more times, and then we're going to declare war on the Macedonians over there. As you can see, there's an Athenian army that's trying to land there to help take the city. We're not going to fight them, we're just going to let them be. As you can see from the cloud around them, they are either with a disease or on forward march, which is really just a faster movement, so we can upgrade it. Now Hellenic, which is our culture, religion, religious culture, is dominant. So what we're going to do is we're still going to build these consecrated grounds later, but right now we're going to build a gathering place. Gathering places give us public order and money, and the more you upgrade them down here, go down this path, you get more wealth and more public order. This path you get more wealth but less food. Now we're going to end the turn, like I said, and just keep going. I will only speak now if I see something that's interesting or that catches my eye. Now, sons come of age. That's great. Check this. Great. Now we're sure our army is fine, so we're gonna change him out because we don't want him to gain any kind of experience or anything. So there's our army. We're gonna check here. Good. Over here, we're just gonna real quick send our group over here. Check. They seem not to have as many people, so we're gonna declare war on them. We're gonna come over here. Now you see the odds are not in our favor at all. We're just gonna look though. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna continue the siege. We're going to hire some mercenaries. We're going to hire 1 mercenary this turn. see what our chances are. They are a little higher, but not just high enough. You can see our chances are far too low, so we're just going to continue the siege. Now, I made sure that I only recruited one mercenary, not only because I don't have the money, but also because I wanted to make sure that we can still retreat if necessary, and I can still be sure I don't gain any slums over here in case I need to destroy something. Now you're going to see they're attacking us. What we're going to do is we're going to stand our ground and we're going to fight. So because I just want to auto-resolve this, I'm going to click that. Now only around half our army remains. We lost quite a bit, but they lost more. Now they're badly damaged. We're going to release all their captive soldiers. Now they're going to scatter. And what we're going to do now is, because their turn is over, we're going to recruit some more mercenaries and take the city. Now, what they're going to try to do is take that settlement right there, the one we took earlier. However, the garrison should be strong enough we don't have to worry about that. So we're just going to finish the turn, take it, and then move on. Somebody's returned home. That's great. Attrition. Yes, place has been built. So we're going to right click on this here to see who's guarding. Pikemen. It's great. I'll fight it if I have to. But with our army here, we're first gonna... We don't want that, but okay. 96. That's high enough. We'll just take the city. He'll die. He'll drop dead. That's an Athenian army from earlier. We're gonna occupy them. Great, they're dead because none of their kings are alive or anything of the sort. We're gonna build this, more public order. We're going to build grain pits because they give us food and wealth. And that's all we're gonna do for this turn. We no longer need these mercenaries, so we're just gonna remove them. Now, in a dire situation, we would leave them in there in case Athens over here attacks us or something of the sort. But we most likely won't have to worry about that this time. So we're going to check. Great, we've taken Macedonia. Now, that's around half of what we're going to be doing this episode. Next, we're going to take the Hellas, but only Sparta and Athenia. And then I'll end the video by taking the province of Thracia, by taking Tellus, Odrysian Kingdom, and Tripoli. We can issue an edict, which is what if we click on here, we'll see edicts available. Minus 25% on mercenaries, more wealth from slavery, party loyalty, tax harvesting. We're going to do breeding games, although there is this, we're going to do breeding games. Gives us public order and food, which we need desperately. Now you're going to see that they want to trade with us. We're going to agree with this so we can gain some more money before we go after them. Now, as you can see, we completed some research. Some things were exposed, some things happened, that's fine. Tripoli, oh, those were the guys from earlier. I don't know what they're doing, but that's where they are. Now, Athens has an army here that's very vulnerable. And thanks to our situation and their very tiny army here and our garrison, we're going to do something that would be considered very stupid, but we're going to do it. We're going to declare war. Because of our peace treaty earlier, we're considered now trustworthy instead of steadfast, which is less important. Now we're just going to straight up attack them. We dealt 80% of our army is safe, or 20% is taking damage. Now we're going to hunt them down as much as we can. And thankfully we're close enough so we don't have to go chasing them for a while. We just take them, our general kills them. And now they lost an army. Thankfully all of our units are still safe. some things happened. We're gonna put him back in the city. Now he can't reach, so we'll do forward march. Now he's in the city. We're going to give him the traits of keepers of peace for public order. Then we're going to give him the infantry commander skill. Now he's going to stay there for a turn. Over here, we're going to remove this because we do not need it. We're going to upgrade this so we can go from getting only pikemen, citizen cavalry, and these three to getting thorax swordsmen, thorough hoplites, thorough spears, and some cavalry here that are really just a mobile javelin with some more armor. Now you're going to see Athens will most likely either ask for peace or attack us. They also run away quite often. As you can see, one of their armies did not move and he is recruiting troops to get stronger. That gives us a sign that they will potentially attack us. Tillus over there does not have enough food, which is why their armies are dying. Or it could also be by disease, like we were earlier. Now you're going to see we're no longer protected from civil war. Correction on my part there, yes we are, but only for a few more turns. We're going to make a homestead because we can get food from that. And we're not going to get a large vineyard. Instead, we're going to put the army back to stance, just regular stance, because then he can attack. We're going to see if we can attack them. We can. The odds are in our favor greatly, so we're going to do 100% so we lose nobody and they lose that army. They sing, symbolizing that they're dead, they're gone. I'm going to free them for more money. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move this army over here because this is the closest one that they could possibly attack. They're going to recruit 2 pikemen, and since we can, we're going to take these hoplites, merge them. Now we'll lose some units, which is what we want, so we can recruit some more hoplites. Now we don't want to wait 2 turns, hence the orange or yellow, whichever one you see. 2, that means 2 turns. We're not going to wait that long, we'll just save our money. And then we're going to end the turn. Alright, since I don't want to make you wait for another video, we're just going to finish this up pretty quickly now. What we're going to do is we're going to upgrade that vineyard. Our army seems pretty well recovered, so what we're going to do is come over here and attack the settlement. As you can see, we cannot take it, but in case we want to, we'll build some siege equipment and we'll continue the siege. Now we're really just going to hold out until I think we've lost too many people. Now we'll see, they'll either attack us, ask for peace, or move armies away. They always do at least 1 of 3. Sparta has now declared war on us, which means they'll most likely attack our sieging army. As expected, they have done so. So we're going to... Okay, I did not mean to click that. We're going to go back and do something I call load save. I do not believe I can win this battle. I would like to retreat. However, my mouse decided to misclick, so now we have an issue. As you see, it's going to load us up into a whole game. The reason why I do not want to fight them, and also I do not think I will win, is because I do not have something called cavalry. Cavalry will save me. I'll just show you the pikemen real quickly. This is them without their pikes. Can't see them without their pikes right now because it doesn't show it. But what we're going to do is we're just going to do defeat. Now you think, oh no, why'd you end the battle? Why'd you just straight up leave like that with nothing happening? And that's really because I know I cannot win and I do not want to have to fight. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go back. Just a 5-minute video warning. In 5 minutes we will end the episode, and then in the next episode we will cover how we're going to do everything and how we're going to take more from the enemy. Now it's gonna look like they attacked us. Of course, we didn't take any casualties, neither did they. Now the issue is our army went that way, which means that if they attack us, we are definitively screwed because we can't go anywhere. That arrow's pointing down means that they had a spy attack us, which is not good for us because that means we might not be able to move as far. The issue is we cannot attack their capital anymore because Athens is supported by the Spartans. So what we're just gonna do is we're going to get our army back up there. We're gonna end the episode there. All these things, military sabotage, so on and so forth. Now we're going to take our army, and although I want to go back, we can't because we're in a contested zone. So we're gonna go over here, and what's odd is we cannot break siege. That is odd. So we're just gonna continue siege and cover this in the next episode.